Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop. This week was supposed to be putting the differential back together, but I've got a bunch of emails and I'll have to apologize. I've been a little behind on answering them the last 3 or 4 days. My phone wouldn't accept any more emails coming in and it wouldn't let me send any going out. So I had to have my computer whiz at work worked on my phone today and I got it working. So the first part of this evening was answering about 65 emails. So all you guys, sorry for the delay. That's not typically how I run this channel. But instead of doing the differential, I have got so many emails. I guess it's one of my #1 questions. How can I raise my mower deck so it cuts higher? Typically, there's not a lot you can do, because these are designed for a certain height, but there are some adjustments on this deck that I have discovered through the help of a viewer that tried it and he said it worked. So I'm going to show you what he told me he did and you can give it a try and see what you think. I have not tried it yet because I don't have my deck on my machine. But when I get to that point, I'll give it a try and see what it does for it. He said his mower deck was sitting flat on the concrete when it was in the #1 position. First, before you do any adjustments, make sure your tires are all inflated to the proper pressure. Believe me, it sounds really goofy, but it does make a huge difference on how your deck will cut. There's a couple of adjustments you can do on the front. I've got my front end sitting here. Let me tip this down. Right here is the bar off the mower deck with the pin going through. That goes through one of these 2 holes. There's one here and there's one here. Now these holes are about 3/4 of an inch apart. That will raise the front up about 3/4 of an inch, and the back you'll change the elevation by the chains and the adjusting screws. Now this viewer, I forgot his name, sorry, but he come up with this idea of adjusting his deck. He did say that after adjusting it, it went from touching the concrete to about an inch or a little more above the concrete, and that's what he was looking for. Myself, I like mine low. I have a lot of oak trees and we get a huge amount of acorns. I have pine trees, so I get needles and I get pine cones, sticks, twigs. I don't pick any of that stuff up. Anything smaller than my thumb gets eaten by this thing, bagged, and I dump it in the woods. The deer really appreciate the large piles of acorns. The squirrels like all the piles of walnuts I dump out there from our walnut trees, as I suck them up with this thing. Them really make a racket when they go through the machine. Let me show you this adjustment on the back of this. Okay, I got a scale here and a tape measure. Now, this is the adjusting rod I'm talking about. I'm going to lift up the front bar that's supposed to be hooked to the front assembly. And you can see this bolt head is moving. Now, the distance I have on this bolt is about 5/8 of an inch. But for that to move 5/8 of an inch, this up here is moving 4 1/8 inches. Now, I don't think you can adjust that all the way down and lift this thing 4 1/2 inches. You've got some alignment issues with the belt. You don't want to get that misaligned more than what the belt is capable of flexing, or you're going to wear your belt out. If you want to raise your deck an inch, inch and a half, I don't see that where that would be a big issue by adjusting that bolt or that nut. I would measure it to see what point it is at. If I can swing this around a little more and tip this down. The nut on mine is screwed on, and the rod, adjusting rod, is sticking out 1/4 of an inch past the end of the nut. Check that and write it down, just in case by changing this you really mess something up. You can put it back where it's supposed to be. But by looking at this on how it works, by raising this and seeing that nut move, I can do both here, I don't see where that would be an issue. If you screw this nut on more, it will stop this from coming up so high. That will stop the deck from going down as low as it is right now. So I guess all I can say is give it a try and see what happens. Then you're going to have to realign your deck. If you raise the front up that much, you're going to have to redo these chains and adjusters so the deck is level again. It's a thought. Give it a shot, see what happens. Like I said, the next video I'm going to be putting the differential together. This was just something I had so many emails on this question. I felt I should really address it and get back with these guys. Up here in Michigan, I'm in Michigan, I am not mowing yet. I still have snowbanks in my yard from the snowblower piling the snow up. I may be digging out my 33-inch and going to my father-in-law's this Saturday and help him clean up his yard. He's just got way too much to try and do himself. So if I do that, I'll let you know how the old 33-inch is running. I can't wait to get this one put back together and get it out in the yard. So I guess that's it. It's kind of short and hopefully informative. That's what I'm striving for on this channel. I've had a couple viewers contact me and said that they heard that Google is thinking about deleting videos that don't have what they consider a large amount of views. What they consider, I don't know what's going to happen. If they delete any of my videos, thank goodness I finally found my computer nerd at work that does all my work, and a viewer from down south told me about a program that will let me take all my videos and put them on a drive. I can't come up with a name of it. I'm always teasing the girl at the shop. I call it a little twig. That's all I can come up with right now. But I do have them all saved, so if something happens, at least maybe I can re-upload them when they're not looking. I don't know what's going to go on with Google. So that's it for tonight. If you have any questions on this or comments, or if you've done it and it's worked, send me an email and let me know, or better yet, put it in the description box below so everybody can read it and benefit from your experiments. Don't forget to subscribe. I really need subscribers. I don't want to get my channel canceled because I have so few subscribers. I've had a lot of questions and comments on, I said I was going to start doing woodworking this spring. I am still going to do snapper videos. I will still answer snapper questions. I think that is my number one I can't even come up with a description for that. My number one thing on YouTube. So I'm going to continue this as long as I can and as long as you keep watching. So don't forget to subscribe. If you like these videos, push the thumbs up. That helps. And share them with a friend if you have to. And I guess that's it. Till next time, work safe, have fun, and I'll talk to you soon. So long.